Gary Matthews playing center field and hitting 9. The Lowe's defensive setup behind Gavin Floyd, left to right, is Quentin Posednik and Dye in the infield. Beckham, Nix, Getz, and Konerko. A.J. Pierzynski behind the plate. And the U.S. Cellular starting pitcher is Gavin Floyd, looking for win number 9. This is his 22nd start. He does have a complete game. ERA a touch over 4. Left-handers haven't done much with him, and that's good because there's a lot of switch hitters in this lineup. 71 degrees with 61% humidity. The wind's out of the east at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Clear and a warming trend coming up. And the umpires, Ed Rapuano behind the plate, Paul Schreiber at first, Paul Nard at second, Joe West at third. And with the first pitch of the game, it's 7-Eleven, and it's time for the first pitch, presented by 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven, and here's Hawk Harrelson.
All right, Stone Pony, thank you. And once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to White Sox baseball right here over Comcast Sportsnet Plus. First pitch up high to Sean Figgins. Second of this 3-game set. The ball hit into center field. Scotty Pods right there. And that is out number 1. Angels come in at 63-41. 22 games over. They're 4.5 games in front of the Texas Rangers. They're hitting at .289 as a club with a 4.74 team ERA. And on the road, they are 10 over at 31-21. As here is Maicer. Is Torres. Takes first pitch strike.
You had a look at the bench and you saw Mike Scioscia, a former great catcher, talking with his current catcher, Mike Napoli.
There's a strike in the count 0-2.
And I'm sure he's going over how he wants a youngster to work. Sean O'Sullivan's only 21 years old.
Curveball. He gone. That didn't take long. Good backdoor curveball.
Getting Gavin Floyd to get that breaking ball over the plate early, especially his curveball, is a good thing because when he's right, nobody hits it. And if Ed Rapuano gives him that pitch all night, he's going to be a whole lot tougher.
Bobby Abreu hitting at .322. 8 homers, but he has knocked in 76 on a 10-game hitting streak. 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs last night as he takes first pitch strike. This is the 5th meeting of the year between these two clubs. In the first 4, Sox have won 3 of them. That's ball 1. Sox took 2 out of 3 back in May. That was on the 25th, 6th, and 7th. Right at the Big A in Anaheim. Two and 1 the count. Abreu has faced Gavin 11 times. He has 4 hits. No homers, but he's knocked in 4 runs.
And there's one more trip to Anaheim, and that's September 11th, 12th, and 13th.
Checks it up, fouls it off over into the Sox dugout.
Abreu was a tremendous addition to this team because when Guerrero went down with some leg problems, Abreu, who is a good solid right fielder, is putting together a banner year. And in talking with Mickey Hatcher, he said Abreu has one of the best eyes of any Angel hitter he's ever seen.
The 2-2. Watch out, Gavin. Boy, that came real close to being a Schinberger, so now you can extend that hitting streak to 11 games.
That ball also hit the second base bag on its way out to center field. Abreu hits this fastball right back up the middle. And you have to watch him because even at his advanced age of 35, he can still run.
He is a young 35. You're talking about being a physical specimen. That ball into right field. Jermaine's right. Misses the ball. Goes all the way to the wall, so Abreu's going to score. Wow. That ball must have gotten the lights. Or it took off on him and he didn't see it. Meanwhile, you don't see Jermaine do that.
I think he just put his glove up and just missed it.
I don't know. The way he went about it the last second, he probably lost it in the lights.
Well, he put his head down, thinking perhaps it was going to stick in the glove. It didn't, and unfortunately the Angels go up 1 on a 3-base error.
So here's Rivera. One hitting at .312, 18 homers. He's driven in 60. Outfield for the most part straight up. And the count 2-0. Here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center.
Gavin's made 5 wild pitches this year, so A.J. is going to have to block anything down.
And that's popped up into short center. Nix, he's there, makes the catch. But the earned run crosses the plate after a half inning of play. It's the Halos 1 and the good guys coming to bat.
Then Konerko, Pierzynski, Quinton, Getz, and Jason Nix playing shortstop and hitting 9. The Lowe's defensive setup: Rivera, Matthews, and Abreu left to right with Figgins, Ibar, Torres, and Morales. Mike Napoli behind the plate and Sean O'Sullivan on the hill. He's the definition of a burly right-hander. So the U.S. Cellular starting pitcher is Sean O'Sullivan, looking for his first loss. Last time out, he threw a no-hitter in AAA. And he's got a good sinker. That's probably his best pitch. He's got a curveball to go with it.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as Scotty Pods will lead it off. Takes first pitch strike. Figgins in on the grass at third. And Morales in close at first. 21-year-old right-hander. 6'2", 230 pounds, out of El Cajon, California.
This is his 4th trip to the Angels this year, so there's been a shuttle between AAA and the big leagues for him.
Yeah, well, he beat San Francisco, he beat Texas, and he beat Kansas City.
And he did it all on the road.
Sox come in 1 game behind the Tigers, who are taking on the Orioles tonight. That's Guthrie against Jackson in that ball game. Curveball. Slap foul. Get that curveball up. Sox come in hitting at .262 as a club with a 4.13 ERA. It's 2 for 5 with that big RBI last night. As a rule, when you see a guy who's got the numbers that Sullivan's got behind him, with a good sinker. Right-handers have a little better chance than left-handers. He either slaps it and Ibar throws him out.
Well, Huck, it's pretty rare that you get a pitcher who's a sinker ball pitcher that has a curveball, because usually sinker ballers have sliders to go with it, but not O'Sullivan. We'll have to see how that curveball moves along, because the first one he tried to overthrow and he hung it, so he hasn't thrown a good one yet.
No, as a rule, Steve, it is a sinker slider connotation there. I don't know the numbers, but I would have to say I would bet that probably right-handers are hitting more against him than left-handers.
Well, especially with his fastball and how much it runs away and sinks to the left-hand hitter.
Right-handers don't mind sinker ballers from right-handed pitchers. There's a strike to Beckham. Left-handers do.
Well, if you're going to throw a lot of sinkers and you're a right-hand pitcher to right-hand hitters, you better be ready for the ball to come back to you, because if you keep it away, it usually does.
Got him on the fist right there in the short left field. Rivera. So Beckham, who was 2 for 4 with a homer and 2 RBIs yesterday, is retired for out number 2. Let's see what his numbers are against. Left-handers hitting .231 against him. Right-handers hitting .351.
Let's hope the right-handers take care of him tonight.
Jermaine takes ball 1. And just watching, we had the camera isolated on Jermaine after that line drive when he went back to the dugout. He gave no indication that it was the lights. The only indication we could read was possibly the ball just took off on him.
It looked like he put up the glove and fully expected it would stick in it, and it didn't. It just took off over his glove.
Which happens. Curveball, no. And here he was in between innings. That ball hit high and deep. Abreu was there. Now has to come back in, and that'll retire the side. So a 1-2-3 inning for the 21-year-old rookie right-hander Sean O'Sullivan.
They're all available. Book a group outing or party area today. Call 312-674-1000 or visit whitesox.com.
And Mike Leary in between innings right there saw that Mark Kotsay. Watch it, Mark Kotsay now. He'll point up. He's down in the left-hand corner of your screen, coming into your picture right there. You see him point up for the lights, and Jermaine said, yeah. So indeed it was the lights. Here is Morales, one of 5 switch hitters in this lineup.
Bobby Bertucci stopped in the booth, and for the first time, he didn't disappear. He stayed around.
Resplendent in his socks, Tommy Bahama.
Very nice.
That's a nice dungaree Bermudas. So there's a little ground ball. The next guy. 1 out. Sartorial Splendor. As here is Eric Ibar, another switch hitter, hitting at .309, 3 homers, 39 driven in.
One of the things that Gordon Beckham has to watch is the bunting ability of some of these Angels, because they're very quick, especially from the left side. And now he's moving in right on the grass.
Ibar fakes the bunt, takes the strike. Eric 1 for 3 last night.
He wants to see Beckham in as far as he can, because that leaves a hole on the left side to slap it through.
Well, Steve, what hitters, especially like Ibar, that category, what they do, and it's a great thing, and I wish some of our guys would do it, is the fact when you got a plan like that, and you want to create more room for yourself, or a bigger hole, as that pitch is popped up left side. Nix is there, and that's out number 2. What it does is it keeps your thought process out in front of the plate, because when your thought process is behind the plate, you're thinking mechanics, and you can't be as effective. It'd be like you out there not worrying about where the hitter's strengths or weaknesses were. You just worried about your own mechanics. Chances are
I'm not going to fare very well.
Exactly right. So that's what. If you take now Scotty, he's doing it because now he's running up, so that's keeping his thought process in front of the plate. And for all you youngsters out there, if you're thinking from the plate, behind the plate, you're in trouble. You got to force yourself to think about out in front of the plate what you're going to do with the pitch.
We're going to have to be real careful with Napoli, because he's got big power
everywhere. Hitting .292, 16 homers. And the count 3-0. 16 homers, 43 knocked in.
And with 2 out and nobody on, he just might get the 3-0 green light.
Be shocked if he did. That's into center field. Pies is there, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the 2nd, trailing 1-0. Our director and the crew, well, they went with Jermaine Dye, Steve, Lisa, and Larry. They're going to go, and Tex. Let's go to Tex tonight. They're going to go with Gordon Beckham. And John Calabrese. Handsome John Calabrese, who was with us for 31 years and just retired last week. We're going to go with Jason Nix. John, we're going to miss you, buddy. Stop by and don't be a stranger. Jim Thome takes first pitch strike. Thome at 250. 18 homers, 62 knocked in.
Jimmy should love a sinker baller. This should be a good matchup.
Well, he's got to be focusing on being out in front of the plate with that sinker and popping it into those left center field seats.
Well, O'Sullivan's going to have to go away from his strength.
He'll be trying to go that way.
Because his strength is to keep the ball down, and that's also Jimmy's strength. That is a very big young man.
Jimmy again trying to take it that way. If he stays right there, he's going to get a chance to be dangerous, and that's all you want as a hitter, a chance to be dangerous.
Well, Napoli wanted that ball inside, and he wanted it up, and O'Sullivan got it low and out over the plate.
Change up. Well, here's where Jimmy and other left-handed hitters got to create their own strike zones, and that's done by moving around in the box, in this case moving back off the plate a little bit so you can go into the ball and try to drive that ball into left center field. Pull the string on him. Big swing. No contact.
Back-to-back straight changes, and the second one was a real good one. This ball just sinking out of sight. There's Jimmy well out in front of it. Good motion by O'Sullivan because it looked like a fastball when it left his hand.
There you can see he had that ball way back in his hand. So here's Paulie hitting at 287, 20 homers and 69 driven in. Curveball strike. That's inside. Detroit leading Baltimore 1-0, bottom of the 6th at Comerica Park. Cleveland 4, Minnesota 0, bottom of the 5th at Progressive Field. Out in front.
Rivera's playing very deep in left field. He's playing about 10 feet in front of the warning track. It goes over his head. It's going out of the ballpark.
That ball hit, slicing, and that's going to be Souvenir right side. Big crowd on hand. Big crowd on hand.
It's a beautiful night.
Well, the promotion has worked. Mark Burley's appreciation series. We had 30,000 plus last night, and a lot more than that this evening. That ball hit hard into right center field. Stretch. Abreu back. It's off the top of the fence. So Matthews will get it back in. A one-out double by Konerko, just missing a home run, and you can cancel a post-game show.
21st double of the year, the 300th of his career, and they'll keep that baseball. This one just missed going out of the park. There's a curveball that doesn't break real sharply. This ball hitting off the bottom part of the wall. Ball coasting to second base. That's a lot of doubles, 300 doubles.
So here's AJ hitting at 311, 11 homers, 31 knocked in. Curveball, no. Big gap out there in left center. And that change up, caught it off the end of the bat, hooks it foul. Yeah, that good job by Brooks Boyer and his staff putting this thing together. All the fans, not all of them, but the first 20,000 got a nice Mark Buehrle poster tonight.
Well, you can understand being the first perfect game ever thrown in the city of Chicago.
Why not?
There's been a lot of games played here.
And there's a nice play by Morales right there, a diving stab. And that's out number 2. And that'll leave it up to Carlos Quentin.
Henry Morales doesn't have the range of Mark Teixeira, but he has good range and very good hands. This is an excellent effort. Gets the ball quickly to O'Sullivan, who got over in a hurry. You can watch O'Sullivan as he sprints to the bag. Gets there in plenty of time to make the play.
Carlos hitting at .227, 11 homers. He's driven in 25. Carlos 1 for 4 last night with a home run.
Napoli saved the run that time as that breaking ball swept low and away. Steve Fiziak, who does both radio and television for the Angels, asked me if I thought Carlos was back entirely yet. Told him no, but he's pretty close.
Yeah, he's right on the hump right there. That ball hit deep into center field. Matthews breaking back. Now he's right in front of the Walgreens sign, hauls it in. Carlos just missed it. Just missed it. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the third. It is 1-0 Angels.
Your questions and answers are confidential. Visit WhiteSox.com/survey. You must complete the survey before the end of the game.
Gary Matthews Jr. takes ball 1. Little stutter step right there by AJ. Gary 1 for 3 last night. Hitting at .246, couple of homers, 35 driven in, and there's a strike.
Gary's not going to play near as much when Torrey Hunter comes back, and he was running the bases full out today. They had him out before the game, and he looked like he's pretty close to being ready.
Nice snap right there.
Well, if that one gets over Gavin's head, it's going to be very tough to throw Matthews out at first base. He's 6'3", long strides, and runs real well. And Gavin, who's 6'5", able to grab that one and make the play at first.
Well, certainly Nix wasn't going to do it. And from where Beckham was, no, if that gets over his head, it's a hit. Figgins takes inside. He went out to center. There's a strike.
Just keep Sean Figgins off base, which is pretty tough to do. But if you do, it cuts down a good portion of their running game.
AJ got him last night. First inning. Leading off the game with a walk. Made a perfect throw.
Figgins comes in hitting .347 from the left side.
3-1 to count. He has 31 stolen bases in 43, or checked at 43 attempts. And a full count.
You don't think about it very much because Figgins is such a good offensive player, but Mike Scioscia was raving about his defense. He said despite the fact that he's made 12 errors, he said he's made some spectacular plays at third. But the Angels folks think that with Figgins and Ibar on the left side, it's as good a left side as there is in this league. Ibar has just 5 errors all year at shortstop.
And another foul. Well, that little duo they have down in Tampa Bay is not bad.
No, that's very good. But when you're on the artificial surface, that's a little easier to feel. There's no doubt.
I'll take the duo down in Tampa Bay.
Well, you like their offense.
I like everything about them defensively. He gone. I'll take Longoria over Sean, and I love Figgins as a player. But I certainly, he's not. We're talking about apples and oranges there.
There's no doubt that Longoria is terrific. And Figgins thought it was high, but Ed Rapuano thought it was a really nice pitch.
So here's Turris. Sean Figgins a good player. Always since he's coming in this league. I wish he's been a perfect type guy for any manager, not just Scioscia, but any manager. All-purpose, play all over. He played in center field. He played in second. Played in short. He played in third.
Well, that's what he used to do is just fill holes for you until they played him every day at third base.
3-1 to count. Bobby Abreu on deck. Ball hit hard. Paulie, piece of cake. Take it, Wilson. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the third. It is still a 1-0 Bad Guys. the third. It'll be Getz, Nix, then back to the top of the order with Scotty Pods. Chris Getz hitting at .268, a couple of homers. He's driven in 26. Figgins in on the grass at third. Morales halfway at first. Takes down low.
Gary Matthews is playing a couple steps into right center field as they think that Getz is going to pull the ball. I'm not going to pull it if they throw sinkers away.
Strike on the outside corner. Lays off the breaking ball, 2-1. 3 years ago when he was with Texas, as I mentioned last night, I've never seen a center fielder move around as much as Gary was. I mean, it was amazing. He was playing everybody shallow. Then the big boppers come back up. He'd go back a little bit, but he was moving sometimes as much as from short right center field to deep left center. And
he was playing as good a center field as anybody in baseball.
No question about it. He beat us a couple of games in that series just by his positioning. Ball slapped foul.
Well, you got a tremendous amount of exercise with that Texas pitching staff.
Yes, he did.
A few years back, they weren't the best.
You better position yourself correctly. Now you're going to come out of there weighing 145 pounds at the end of the season.
Well, he had one big advantage also. When they hit the ball with anything out to right center, it was a home run. And where Gary made his highlight reel efforts was going over the center field wall. He did that repeatedly and caught the ball and brought it back in.
Chases ball 4 upstairs, 1 out. It's hard for guys who play shallow. That's one reason that Dwayne Wise's catch was spectacular for me, because of how shallow. Now, if you play deep, Torrey Hunter's been a great center fielder. There's no question about that. But Torrey plays very deep, and Torrey, it's easy for him to get back to that wall and get up, time himself, and make the catch. Where Dwayne was playing right there, you don't see many center fielders that are going to make that play because of the fact, first of all, when they hit the wall going as hard as he did, most of them are going to drop it. He hung on to it. You don't have time to time yourself. Two and 0 the count for Jason, who had a big 2-out double last night. Coming in the 9th inning. 2 out, nobody on. He doubles and then scores on Scotty Pods, base hit.
That was on a hanging slider by Jepson. And the real oddity of that performance last night, because Jepson throws 95 miles an hour, was he didn't throw a fastball. He threw all sliders, and it eventually cost him the game.
The Larry Anderson type performance.
Except Larry never missed blowing away. Boy, was he good.
That ball high into left center field. Rivera. It appears the wind is knocking that ball down tonight. So 2 out to Pods, who grounded out to short.
He's got plenty of room to slap it to the left side because Figgins is a good 5 steps in on the grass at third.
One run, 1 hit, no errors for the Angels. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 error for the Sox. That run, if you're just tuning in, unearned line drive with 2 out by Guerrero to right field. Abreu was at first, and Jermaine lost it in the lights. Looks like the Mets shut out the Cardinals 9-0. Atlanta beats San Diego 6-2. San Francisco 10-6 winners over the Astros. Detroit still shutting out Baltimore 1-0 late in that ball game, top of the 8th inning.
It's Guthrie against Jackson in the Detroit game at Detroit.
Minnesota leading. Check that. Minnesota trailing Cleveland 4-1. That game in the bottom of the 6th at Progressive Field. Change up.
Cleveland, actually, with all of the pressure off them because they've traded away most of their team, has actually been the hottest team in the AL Central. And they're coming in after the Angels.
Payoff pitch popped up. Another 1-2-3 inning for O'Sullivan. He's retired 5 in a row, and he leads at 1-0.
'95.
Abreu has the only hit, but that hit extended his streak to 11 games now, and he also came around to score. There's a strike and the count 1-1. This guy in the last, I don't know, 5, 6, 8 years, 7 years, has become one of my favorite players. I love guys who go to the post every day.
Well, he also does everything well. Every aspect of the game he does well.
He's a hell of a player.
Yeah.
That's the only way to put it. 3-1 to count.
Here's where you got to be real careful with a fastball. It's a good time if Gavin wants to throw a straight change.
So that is the leadoff walk. We saw enough of that last night. If you missed that game, Angels scored 4 runs, all 4 coming on guys that were walked.
I'd be real surprised if Abreu wasn't running somewhere in this sequence, because Guerrero does not run real well right now. He's only hit 180 times this year, and he's grounded into 10 double plays. So he's tied for the team lead, even though he's hit very infrequently.
Abreu's got 340 stolen bases. Off the end of the bat. The only play is going to be the first.
If you can't watch your White Sox on Comcast Sportsnet, you can always catch the game on your computer with MLB.tv. It's the ultimate baseball experience, featuring 100 out-of-market games a week live on your computer. For more details, visit WhiteSox.com, where baseball is always on.
Here's Rivera. But Abreu, last year, 156 games played. Year before, 158. Year before, 456. Year before, 162. Year before, 159. Year before, 158. Year before, 157. Year before, 162, and on and on.
Now that's a guy that you can pretty much write his name in the lineup and not have to worry about it. And there's also a guy that can play with some pain, because in the course of a year you're going to get beaten up a bit, especially when you're a base stealer. You're going to get beaten up a lot.
Especially when you got 340 stolen bases. Off the fist. Low throw. So on throwing error, Jason is a much better infielder than he's shown. Just nonchalanted that throw a little bit.
With Rivera going down the line, you've got some time, and he had plenty of time. He just didn't get it over there.
Just eased up. And the ball sunk low and away. So here's Morales, who grounded out to Nix his first trip. The ball's hammered foul. Yeah, Nix is a much better infielder than he's shown in the last week.
He's had a real tough week at shortstop.
Bad week defensively. One and one to count. Watch out. There's a Lance Johnson jump right there.
Boy, is that a break.
Man.
Now Morales couldn't do it because he had a strike on him, but Bobby Abreu was halfway before Gavin Floyd even thought of throwing the baseball, and that's just a mental mistake. Right here, Abreu goes. You see him, and Gavin looked one time and didn't look again, and that's picking up a pitcher's pattern.
Well, you would think that Morales, with his numbers, has been swinging the bat extremely well. If he saw that he would have taken it even with one strike. Now, obviously, can't do it with two, but that curveball foul back. But Morales, if he does take it, he's got runners at the corners with one out.
And a fly ball then scores the run. He gets to drive one in. A chopper that you can't turn to also scores a run. But again, there's a break.
Big time. Well, he's going to get bailed out. Another close throw by Nix. Mercy. Wow. Meanwhile, that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It is still 1-0 Angels.
No. Mark Langston. 7 Gold Gloves in his career, 5 in a row. And that is quite an accomplishment.
Plus, he led the league in strikeouts a couple of times.
He had great stuff.
Gordon Beckham will lead it off. He popped up to left field his first trip. 1-0 bad guys here in the bottom of the 4th. Takes down low.
Let's see if the second time through the order, especially now that it's a little bit darker, Sox hit the ball harder against O'Sullivan.
Well, so far he's shown us he's a 3-pitch pitcher. A sinker, a curveball, and a changeup. It looks to me like his changeup is really better pitched than his curveball.
Well, he hasn't been hanging the changeup very much. He threw 1 in the dirt, but the curveball, he's rolled a few of them. And that's the last start.
Ball hit deep into right center field, but Matthews.
After the White Sox host the Orioles Saturday, August 22nd at 6:05, the fans will enjoy post-game fireworks presented by Van Campen Investments. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
Jermaine Dye went out to fairly deep right field. Ball hit hard. Biggins with a nice pick.
That was a real good play because that ball took a high hop and Figgins stayed right with it. Jermaine hits this ball awfully hard.
You can see why he made the play, because his glove was down low. The glove's up. He's got no chance. Tommy struck out on a good changeup his first trip. Ball hit deep. They look up. You can put it on the ball. Yes. Yes. This game is tied at 1. Number 19 for Tony, number 560 in his career.
When O'Sullivan missed with the first straight change, Jimmy just looking fastball. We talked about this being a good matchup for him because he loves the ball down, and O'Sullivan is a sinker baller. He got that ball just below the belt, out away from Jim, who drives it into left center field and out of the ballpark. RBI number 63.
Here's Paulie. Paulie doubled off the right center field fence. Changeup. That double was on the curveball. Shank, broken bat. Another $95 bill just bit the dust.
Cleveland has increased their lead against the Twins to 7-1.
Out in front of that sinker. High into left center. Matthews. But the home run by Jim Thome. We're into the fifth, tied at 1.
University. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
1-2-2 for our guys. 1-1-0 for their guys. Here in the top of the fifth inning, it'll be the lower third of their order. Ibar, Napoli, and Matthews to face Gavin Floyd. Somebody better get over this. Paulie. Yeah, he got it.
Makes a great play. A tremendous effort by Paul Konerko because Gavin Floyd was nowhere near first base. And Ibar not real happy with Paul Schreiber. Alfredo Griffin says, appeared to me you were out.
Good play. You can see right there the pick by Konerko. That ball had a lot of spin on it. Watch. The play was actually him making the pick on the hop. That ball jumped up.
Well, if his hand did indeed hit the bag, then he was safe.
Watch this pick. See that ball jump up on him with that spin? So that's out number 1, and here's Mike Napoli. Napoli on the 3-0 pitch went out to center field. And he's got a 2-0 count. That ball hammered into the corner. There's the throw. So he picks up his 18th two-bagger. And the count got Gavin Floyd.
Well, Gavin fell behind Napoli twice, this time at 2-0, and threw what looked like a high changeup, and Napoli just crushes it. Now, for a moment, it looked like they had a good shot at second base. But the relay throw got away, and Napoli winds up in scoring position.
Here's Matthews. Hit a little chopper that Gavin just did snap. There was going to be a base hit if he didn't, and he threw him out.
Here's our Mercedes-Benz E-Class attention assist to the game, and it's the aforementioned play as Gavin Floyd makes a good effort and throws out Matthews by plenty at first.
One and one to count.
Pretty good numbers with runners in scoring position.
Good strike. So Gavin in command at a ball and 2 strikes.
If he throws that curveball over the outside corner, that one that he used early in the game very effectively to his tourists, you're going to see Matthews goes down on strikes. Let's see what AJ wants.
Curveball well outside and down.
He tried it, but that ball just slipped out of his hands.
That one went around the plate. And a full count.
Tried to do it again, but that wasn't a strike.
One out in the payoff pitch. Outfield not equidistant, spread out a little bit, slightly to the left. Beckham back and well off the line at third. Paulie off the line at first. And once again the 3-2. He gone.
That was an excellent breaking ball. First base was open, and Gavin knew that if he could get one curveball close, he would strike him out. That ball in the dirt had Matthews well out in front of it. That looked like a cutter as opposed to a curveball. Either way, Matthews down on strikes.
So here's a tough little customer at the plate. Sean Figgins has gone out to center and struck out. Tops it foul. Bottom of the 7th at the Great American Ballpark. Cincinnati shutting out the Cubs 4-0. There's a good curveball strike. And the count 0-2. Back door him, couldn't do it.
Figgins originally signed by the Colorado Rockies, never got to the major leagues with them. Finally surfaced in the big leagues with the Angels in 2005.
It's got to be done by Gavin. Can he get him over? Yes. Nice play by Floyd on a little backhander with a lot of spin. And that'll retire the side. We're halfway home, tied at 1. And hopefully Nix. First pitch strike to AJ. AJ hit a ball hard to the right of first baseman Kendry Morales, who went over, made a nice play. And it saved a run. Could have been a base hit if he doesn't make it.
Well, that was on a straight change, and they decided to throw a lot of breaking balls and straight changes to AJ because they were playing him as a pull hitter, one of the few teams that does that.
Little high neck in.
That'll make that outside corner look a little further away.
Where's the warning?
Well, Joe's at third with his arms crossed, so no warnings tonight.
2-2. Boy, look at that moon out there, Stone Pony. Was that gorgeous or what?
Right over the left center field wall.
Wow. Big rip by AJ.
Here it is. Got plenty of garlic at the house?
You marry a Greek, you got plenty of garlic at the house. Full count.
Carlos Quentin came an eyelash from hitting the ball out of the ballpark in the second inning.
On a curveball. So we'll see what O'Sullivan wants to do with him. Either tighten it up or go someplace else. Payoff. That fair ball down into the corner of Abreu. We'll get it back in. Go the leadoff double after that high neck in to Pierzynski.
And Hawk, what's the philosophy here? You got a man at second base. It's a tie game, but you've got a slugger up in Carlos Quentin. Do you ask him to hit the ball to the right side, or do you just let him hit the ball wherever the ball's pitched and try to hit it out or drive him in?
I let Carlos do what he wants to do right here. How he feels. He's right on the cusp, as we talked about. He just missed a home run last time. Carlos will tell you how he's feeling about what his approach is on this pitch.
So if he's feeling good, he's going to try to unload on this ball and hope to drive home the run as opposed to push him to third base.
Exactly right. I'd rather see Carlos put a good swing on it than try to reroute the bat and just push it to the right side. Takes it down low. This guy's the best hitter on our ball club. You know, when he's swinging the bat well. It's hard to ask the best hitter in the ball club.
Well, that's true. And normally when he's swinging the bat as well as he is, he's not going to be in the 7th spot, but that's where he finds himself tonight.
Change up.
Matthews makes the catch. Now AJ's going to give it a go. Safe. Hopefully he's all right. He slid hard in with that lead foot into third.
And AJ caught a break there because he got back to the bag just in time. His initial instinct was that that ball was going to fall. And then he realized that the ball was going to be caught. Fortunately, it took Matthews to his left, and AJ got back in time. Now, AJ is one of the best base runners on this team. And I think you saw as he was running, he was kind of drifting to the right. He knew where that relay was coming, and he wanted to try to cut off the angle. And it might have forced that throw well wide of the bag.
So here's Getz with the left side in. His tourist halfway as there's strike one. Chris struck out. Struck out on a 3-2 high fastball up out of the zone. Well, Carlos just hammered that one. Change up. Good take. 1-1. Big pitch coming up.
There's some pretty good arms in the outfield all the way around. So hopefully, if this is a fly ball, it'll have some depth.
One of the better throwing outfields in the league.
Yeah, this is a good one, and they're accurate.
A change up, foul back. So he got a good pitch to put in play right there and underneath it. So he's got to cinch it up and hump it down right here.
It's a pretty decent number with runner at third and less than 2 outs, 58%. But as he gets a little more experience, that's going to get up higher than that.
And another. Right on the fastball. And once again, the 1-2.
Good job of laying off that low breaking ball, because there's a lot of guys who would have gone out there and tried to get that.
That's exactly where O'Sullivan wanted to throw that pitch. Changeup.
He's gotten away with a couple of high changeups in this sequence that normally you don't get away with.
Plus of all, from up here, he gave it away. Now, sometimes it's easier to pick it up from up here than it is when you're standing eye level.
Well, he's altering his motion because it looks like he's actually putting more effort into his straight change than he is to his fastball.
To the inside. Got him. Boy, he doesn't like that call at all.
It's a big pitch, and you can understand why he doesn't like it. That ball does not drift back over the plate. It comes back, but it's inside when it crosses the plate. And
no way that's a strike, he says.
well, I think he's right.
Oh, he was right. That ball's inside. Did not come back. So with 2 out, it's up to Nix, who went out to left field. Breaking ball down. No. That's frustrating. Have that pitch called anytime, but especially with 2 strikes.
Well, especially when you fouled off 4 pitches and you're battling in your at bat.
Well, he had a couple pitches to hit, a couple high straight changes. Strike on the outside corner. One and one to count. And that's off the corner. So the edge goes to Nix right here. Jason. Change up, fouled.
That's right, the booth next door.
Gubicza made the one-handed snap.
There's Mark Gubicza, former pitcher.
20-game winner. Great guy.
A big guy. He was able to make that play easily. Pitchers have great hands.
All right, Charlie. Charlie Wilson. And the 2-2. Little shank, and it's going to fall. Thank you very much. AJ scores, and the Sox lead it 2-1 on the base hit by Jason Nix.
RBI number 16 for Jason. In the 9th inning last night, he had a key double and turned out to score the winning run. And tonight he drives home the go-ahead run here in the 5th inning. Just drops that ball nicely into right field. No chance at all for Abreu. And now you would think that they would try to run on Napoli, who does have a bit of a long, slow delivery.
Well, Jason has good speed. He's 6 for 6 in stolen bases. Has a decent lead over there at first. O'Sullivan going to give him a token little commercial toss. Well, Jason, as all of you who have been watching since Ramirez went down, has been hitting a ton of balls, just killed them foul to the left side. Maybe that'll open up his vista a little bit. Hitting it softly to the right side.
Eventually, you got to go to the right side.
Strike on the outside corner that Posednik doesn't like.
We'll take another look at it. As Scott talking with Ed Rapuano. Well, I would think when Napoli yanks that ball 3-4 inches back over the plate, he doesn't think it was a strike.
There he goes. Safe. 7 for 7. So between Getz and Nix, they are 24 for 25.
Nix looks back, and Ibar caught that ball in front of the bag and has to go all the way back to make the tag. He tags him on the waist, but the foot's in. Nice call by Paul Nauer.
And the 1-1. Well, from our standpoint, I just hope Ibar stays right there.
Just keep taking the ball in front, so you got to reach all the way back to the back of the bag.
Exactamento.
Yeah, it takes you a long time. You're talking about covering 2 feet on the tag.
Now, gap out there and left. Little number back for O'Sullivan. But the big base hit by Jason Nix knocks in A.J. Pierzynski, who doubled. And we'll go to the 6th, leading 2-1. The RBI single knocking in A.J. Pierzynski. As there's a bunt. That's a good one. So as Turris beats it out, just dead in that bunt. Leadoff man aboard.
The secret is to stay around long enough until you get the ball on the grass and in play. And that's what Izturis did. No chance at all for Gavin Floyd. The only thing you can do throwing that ball is get yourself in trouble.
Izturis 9 for 12 in stolen bases. Angels have 107. Yes, here's Abreu. He singled and scored in the first. He walked to lead off the fourth. Takes that sinker strike. High into left field. And the corn for Quentin.
Bring your friends and family to U.S. Cellular Field tomorrow afternoon when the White Sox host the Angels. Also remember the Indians coming to town this weekend. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
Here's Vladimir. Takes ball one. Okay, take your time. You got plenty of it. There you go. Rack him up. Nothing across after 5.5. Sox lead it by 1.
AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered.
Beckham, Dye, and Thome here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-4-2 for our Sox. 1-3-0 for their Angels as that first pitch off the fist foul back into the seats.
Well, to this point, Gordon hasn't had a good look yet at O'Sullivan. But we'll hope the third time is the charm, as Gordon has been red hot the last month.
Takes that pitch nicely, and the count 1-1. He has popped up to left and gone out deep to right center.
Seven multi-hit games in the last 11, hitting up over 400. 14 runs driven in.
Ball hit hard into the gap. Nobody's going to get that one. Off the bottom of the fence. So the leadoff double by Gordon Beckham. That's his 18th two-bagger.
Well, Gordon is going to be a doubles machine. And in a not too distant future, a lot of those doubles are going to leave the ballpark. That fastball was on the outer third of the plate, and Beckham, who had had some trouble with the ball up, got that ball down a touch and then drove it off the wall. Mike Butcher now coming out to have a talk with his young right-hander. Remember, O'Sullivan is just 21 years old. He is 3-0. All of his victories coming on the road.
I'll take him.
You bet your life you would at 21 with his size and his stuff.
I'll take him.
I think the Angels are very happy. In fact, he's been on the shuttle back and forth the fourth time up this year. He's going to stay in the rotation now. And they're going to see just how he develops. But he's got a good arm. He'll learn to throw a little better, a little tighter curveball before it's over, but his changeup is awfully good, and so is his fastball.
Got a nice presence out there, nice mound presence as you look at the veteran southpaw, Darren Oliver. So here is Jermaine, who is going out to right, and he is grounded hard to third. Jermaine's got a job to do here. Takes it up high.
In talking with the Angels coaches, the one thing they did say about O'Sullivan was he's not afraid of anything. And for a 21-year-old, that's a big statement.
That curveball low and away, 2-0.
If he doesn't get Dye, odds are overwhelming he won't be around to face Thome.
Jermaine's got the catbird seat. Misses with a curveball, 3-0. Taking all the way.
There are the numbers so far, and you see nary a walk.
All right, 23 right here, buddy. Shot base hit. They're going to hold back in the third as Rivera gets it back in. Hit the cutoff man, so Beckham would have been a gone goose at home.
Well, there's no way in the world playing where he was playing that Jeff Cox could even think about running with Beckham. And Butcher tells Mike Scioscia that Oliver is ready.
Well, the only way you would have thought about it is if Rivera bobbles the ball out there.
All right. Sean O'Sullivan, very impressive 21-year-old. He'll depart now. We'll be back. Tomorrow, the Monsters have former White Sox John Cangelosi and NFL Hall of Famer Rod Woodson. Monsters in the morning with two of Chicago's all-time favorites, Mike Norris and Dan Jiggetts, tomorrow morning from 6 to 9 only on Comcast Sportsnet Fans' Best Friend.
The ageless one, Darren Oliver, comes in. His professional career started in 1988. And he's still around because he's left-handed and can throw strikes, and he's having a banner year. 4-0 ERA, 256. On for the 40th time. He inherits base runners at the corners and nobody out.
Thome, 1 for 2, his 19th homer, 560th of his career. That breaking ball fouled away. Thome has faced Oliver 26 times, has 7 hits, 2 doubles, 2 homers, 5 walks, 6 strikeouts.
And Oliver that time fell off the mound after he delivered the pitch because he stepped into an area that's been used by Gavin Floyd, who at 6'5" has dug out quite a hole there.
Outfield slightly to the left. Watch out. Safe. Close.
The Yankees have that play and the Angels have that play. We saw Posada put it on with Teixeira at first base only to see the ball fouled off. This time it was put on by Figgins and Napoli, and they just missed getting Beckham.
Breaking ball pitch out. I'll tell you what, that's the first time I've seen one of those in a long time.
Well, that's a play normally put on by the third baseman, maybe looking into the dugout.
Well, that breaking ball pitch out's put on by Socia.
Yeah, and you want to see that ball swept well away so that Thome can't get a piece of it.
Oh, deep. Matthews Jr. looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Yes, a 3-run bomb, and the Sox lead it 5-1. Big Jim Thome.
Maybe they should have gone with another pitch out, because that one left the building in a hurry. the 20th of the year. He's 66 runs driven in. 4 of the 5 attributed to him on his 2 home runs. A big night for Jim Thome. That's the 3rd home run in his career off Darren Oliver.
Oh, and 1 the count to Paulie. Paulie is 1 for 2, a double off the right center field fence. 5-7-2 for our Sox, 1-3-0 for the Angels. Thome now 561 home runs, 2 behind Reggie Jackson.
Our 4th home run replay, and it's a low slider. Jimmy wasn't fooled.
One and 2 the count. And that got him. Breaking ball.
Bullpen up and going once again for the Angels.
So here's AJ. He's 1 for 2. He doubled down into the right field corner, leading off last inning, and scored on the clutch 2-out single by Jason Nix. Big gap in left center. Breaking ball.
Matt Palmer, who started a whole lot of games for these Angels, now finds himself in the bullpen. He's 9-1.
You know what hurts?
That's exactly what his record is. He's a pretty good pensman, but Palmer started 12 games.
And count 2-1. Yeah, I was driving home one night, got the Angel game. Palmer was pitching, I forget who it was against, and boy, he was just lights out.
They told me that they got him a tremendous amount of runs, and he threw pretty well.
That evens counted 2 to AJ. This inning all started with a leadoff double off the right center field fence by Beckham. Hard single by Dye, and then the bomb, the 3-run homer by Big Jim Thome. Full count. Just got a piece of it.
Well, AJ is tough to walk. That ball was well outside. But he stays alive. Gavin Floyd has a bit of a cushion, something he didn't have last time out when he threw just as well against the Yankees.
Look at that. So flips it out there to Paulie. Now is going to pull it up and get back into second. AJ. Dennis the Menace.
Now that's a good piece of hitting. You wait for the shortstop to move a little bit, then you just flip it over his head. He took this ball off the ground and decided to just serve it into left center field, and I think that's probably going to be it. And Oliver didn't exactly get the job done tonight.
All right, so Darren departs, and we'll be back.
Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Coverage starts with Velco White Sox pregame live. Then it's Sox and Angels in HD tomorrow at 12:30 right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Matt Palmer comes into the game, and it's been a banner year for him. We talked about the 9-1 record. His ERA a bit higher than he would like at 4.64, on for the 24th time. Evenly split between the starting rotation and the bullpen. Doesn't strike out a whole lot of guys. Doesn't walk a lot of guys. But he's got runners at first and second. Nobody out. Sox lead by 4, courtesy of Jim Thome.
Here's Carlos. He has gone out deep to deep left center and lined out hard to center. Should be. Rack him up. So 2 down. Konerko at third.
Great news from Florida, the RBI World Series. The White Sox juniors won both games of their doubleheader today over the Mobile RBI team and the Dominican Republic RBI team. The White Sox juniors are going to play the Urban Youth Academy juniors tomorrow in the final game of pool play. Keep grinding away, White Sox juniors, and bring home a championship.
So here's Chris Getz, 0 for 2. Takes that one low and inside. Oh, that 91 record and that 4.64 ERA. He's been taking some runs away from some of those other Angel pitchers.
You can bet he got a few in support when he was starting.
In other words, they call that the vulture.
As a starter, when they called him up, I believe he won his first 7 in a row.
Phil Regan. That's low. Phil Regan was the first guy to ever come out with that nickname. Of course, there's been a few since then.
The vulture, yes.
Right side. So Palmer comes in, gets the job done, but the 3-run homer by Jim Thome. We're into the 7th, leading 5-1. On this day when the Chuckmeister, Charlie Huff, won his 200th career game. Home runs by Ventura, and the Big Hurt helped the knuckleballer beat the Twins 9-5. Charlie Huff finished with 216 career victories, and that's our Cabot Woodstein legendary performance.
That's a lot of decisions. 432 decisions. He was around a while.
Chuckmeister was a good man. Is a good man. Rivera, Morales, and Ibar to face Gavin Floyd. Rivera 0 for 2. Takes fastball up. Final from Comerica Park. Tigers beat the Orioles 4-2. There's a strike. 8-1. Minnesota lead. Check that. Minnesota trailing Cleveland. That game in the top of the ninth. That's popped up. Stay in here. Coming back. AJ, yes.
Nice effort by A.J. Pierzynski as he goes, locates the rail. And I think Ozzie thought he was going to get hit in the head with that one. But A.J. had other ideas. He checks exactly where he is. Gets on the rail. And snags it. That's a good play.
So here's Morales. He is grounded to short, and he's grounded into a 4-6-3 double play. Backdoor curve. Finale here tomorrow afternoon. Johnny Danks against Urban Santana. So make your plans to be with us. If you can't make it, that game will be over Comcast Sportsnet. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Cleveland Indians will come to town. On Friday, Mark Burley will hit the bump. We're going to run Burley to be announced on Saturday and Contreras on Sunday out there. Indians are going to run Jeremy Sowers, Carl Pavano, and David Huff. Ball gets away all the way back to the backstop. So Morales will reach.
Looked like a pretty good cutter by Gavin Floyd. It was a good cutter, and this one just gets away from AJ. And it goes as a wild pitch. That's number 6 for Gavin Floyd.
So here's Ibar. Ibar 0 for 2. He's popped to short and grounded out to first. And we want to welcome all the viewers who are watching that Cub Red game, one in which Cincinnati shut them out 4-0. Got to hurry on this one. Rack him up. Third twin killing turn by the Sox. 7th inning stretch. Good guys lead it 5-1.
will receive a White Sox school binder presented by Pepsi. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com.
It'll be Nix, then back to the top of the order with Posednik and Beckham. First ball, Hunting. Nix now 1 for 3, but it was a big one. A 2-out RBI single back in the 5th inning to put us on top 2-1. And for all those viewers tuning in, that big hit by Nix knocked in Pierzynski, who had started the inning off with a double. But Jim Thome, a solo homer in the 3rd, a 3-run homer in the 6th. Thome now with 561 home runs. As there is ball 1 to Pods.
And another year of 20 home runs for Jim Thome. He's driven in 66 overall.
That's out of play. That's into the LG Skyline club seats. High and wide, 3 balls and a strike. 32,167 in the house. Looks like there's more than that. And there's a base hit. That's in the gap. Rivera was playing shallow. Now Pirates are going to turn it on. Here he goes into 3rd to throw. Safe.
There was no angle on that drive for Rivera and no chance for Matthews to get to it. So Posednik with his 3rd triple of the year. Doesn't really need a coach on this one. He's got the play in front of him, and he realized once it got by Rivera, there's really very little chance to get him at 3rd base. No chance to add on a run late.
Now the infield in for Beckham, who's 1 for 3. First ball, Hunting. And that's out number 2. Tough on Gordon. That's one reason what his accomplishments have been since being called up, and especially the last month and a half have been amazing to me. Seeing guys he has never seen before and putting the numbers up he's put up. Amazing.
Well,
I was a little surprised right there. I thought he might take one pitch off Palmer here. As that's up and in to Jermaine, who is 1 for 3. Had a rocket single last inning in the hole between 3rd and short.
Ozzy's already said that whenever it is Ramirez does come back in the lineup, he's going to leave Beckham in the 2 spot.
There's a strike. 5-9-2 for our guys. 1-3-0 for their guys. Top foul. The Hucker, Jeff Cox, will make that play.
And he was ready to throw it right at Figgins. But instead made a friend.
Breaking ball, high bar, nice play, gets him. So the 1-out triple by Scotty Pods goes for naught. We'll go to the 8th, leading by 4. Thank you, Mark. Mark Schanowski. As we get set to go to the top of the 8th inning, Napoli, Matthews, and Figgins. Schedule hitters as there's a strike on the outside corner. Mike has gone out to center. That was on a 3-0 pitch. Then on a 2-0 pitch, hit a shot on a changeup to the left field corner for a double. Curveball, and the count 1-1.
Gavin has been awfully tough tonight. It's 2 games in a row against the league's first and second best offensive teams that Floyd has thrown brilliant.
Napoli all over that one, just underneath it.
It's the first time that Gavin Floyd has actually been ahead in the count to Mike Napoli, and Thornton and Dotel throwing in the pen.
Well, after the game last night, what I was hoping for going to the ballpark today, and I fully expected it, he would just be Gavin and give us, he gone, high breaking ball, and give us 7 good innings.
Well, he pretty much had to. If you look at the last couple of games, Contreras left in the 3rd inning, then Carrasco went 4, Williams came on, Pena came on, Thornton came on. And the game before that, Burley had a tough time, and Pena, Williams, Dotel, Linebrink, and Nunez came on. So the bullpen has been worn down a bit.
That's the reason I needed the 7 good ones out of him tonight, and we got that plus. As here's Matthews. Gavin, as there's a little soft duck snort out there. So Gary now 1 for 3. Gavin last year, coming down the stretch, boy, I'll tell you what, he was a big game pitcher for us. Big time.
Winning 17 in all, but he got off to a slow start. He seemed to get more confidence as the year went along, and toward the end he was as tough as anybody in the rotation and tougher than most of them.
Well, Gavin last year very easily should have won 20. If you wanted to push the envelope a little bit for Johnny Danks had the worst luck of all the starters as far as decision-wise goes.
Well, there's always a guy. Look at Don Cooper has done a masterful job with this rotation, but there'll always be a guy who doesn't get a whole lot of offensive support, and there'll always be a guy who has problems when he leaves the game with the bullpen closing down his games. And last year was John Danks.
Yep. And the year before was Mark Burley. One out, the 1-1. Yes, he did, and the count 1-2. White Sox, one of the best pitchers in franchise history was a guy named Joe Horland, back in my time zone. And he was always that guy. Of course, the White Sox weren't featuring a vaunted offense back in those days, but
no.
They had some pitchers. But Joe Horland was always a guy getting no runs. If he got one, he was not too unhappy.
Yeah, but it makes you a better pitcher.
That's what he said.
With a worse record.
That's what he said. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Paulie off him. Can he get him? No. Wow. Did he make the catch?
And we'll have to see. Looks like it was very close at first base.
Very close if he made the catch.
And I think he did make the catch. This ball gets away. Goes as another error. And Paul looks over at Paul Schreiber and said, I think we got him.
He's out.
And they did get him. That's why he told them we got him.
He's out. Watch it. He comes up with it. Yes. Ball and glove.
Well, he's out by a good half step.
Sure he was. That's what it looked like real time. That's a tough error right there. That ball came up. Hit him in the, looked like he got him in the wrist. Here's Turris.
That cutter down and into the left-handers that Gavin's been featuring tonight has been awfully tough.
Got it. Oh, they had him, and AJ lost his footing.
Well, Matthews, 4 runs down, took a gamble, and he was very fortunate that it actually paid off, because he'd have been out dead to rights. AJ does a nice job of stopping the ball. Then, unfortunately, his feet come out from under him. Tough to throw anybody out from that position.
It's tougher to swing the bat. Yeah. 1-2. That's a fair ball. AJ picks it up, throws him out. 2 down.
Steady diet of breaking balls. The last one, not the hard slider, but the curveball. And as Torres just tapped it, nice play by AJ as he went out. And here comes Ozzie with Bobby Abreu up, and he's one of their most prolific run producers.
He's an RBI animal. And right behind him, you've got Vladimir.
.96 pitch mark, and Ozzie's going to leave him in.
Gavin says he wanted him. So Abreu has singled and scored. That was in the first. He walked to lead off the fourth, and he popped up to left field in the sixth.
6 times Bobby Abreu has gone over 100 RBIs, and he's on pace this year to make it a 7th.
Well, for years there was another player in this league that for the most part went underneath the radar, and that was Rafael Palmeiro. Abreu had a 7 straight season. He walked at least 100 times. Went to the post for you every day, twice, 162 times. So, I mean, this guy's been not a good player. This guy's been a great player. Two out, Ducks on the pond, 1-1. And the count is 1-2.
Abreu tried to duck under that curveball, and that's pretty tough to do when it's belled high. This one bends his knees.
Right there by Gavin Floyd, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom page. It is 5-1 White Sox.
The Appreciation Series will feature giveaways while supplies last, including a perfect game baseball card and collectible poster. Tickets are available as low as $9 in honor of Burley's 9 perfect innings. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. Brian Fuentes comes into the game, and he is the closer for the Angels. He's on to get an inning of work. He's got 30 saves this year. ERA up over 4.
Big Jim Thome 2 for 3, a solo homer in the 4th, a 3-run shot in the 6th. Thome, 561 career homers, 2 behind Reggie Jackson, and 20 on the season. And if you miss those 2 home runs, both opposite field.
In the 4th inning, a solo shot. And in the 6th, a big 3-run homer that's been a big difference in this one.
That's high in center field. He just missed that one.
The fastball is right down the middle. And Fuentes, who relies on deception as opposed to just pure stuff, got away with one.
Here's Paulie. Doubled off the right center field fence in the 2nd. Went out to center in the 4th and was hit by a pitch. Breaking ball from Darren Oliver in the 6th. Outfield straight up, spread out. And there's a curveball strike. Johnny Nunez. One and 2. AJ on deck. And a reminder, tomorrow afternoon, Johnny Danks against Irvin Santana. So make your plans to be with us here. Finale of this 3-game set. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Indians will close out this 11-day, 10-game homestand. The Sox took 3 out of 4 from the Yankees. Trying to take the first 2 of this series against the Halos. And a full count.
Yankees came into town securely in first place. They left town with Boston nipping at their heels. Los Angeles came into town in first place, and they're in danger of losing 2 in a row.
Well, Tampa Bay beat Boston tonight, and the Yankees won their game. That ball hit deep. Rivera just looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes. Number 21 for Paulie. And it's a 6-1 Sox lead.
It's RBI number 70, and Paul leads the team in that department. And Brian Fuentes has had some problems of late, giving up the long ball. That one went over the bullpen in the Ford home run replay. Fuentes throws a fastball up in the zone, and when you're throwing that fastball 88 miles an hour, you can't afford to throw it there.
Pop up left side, Rivera. Yeah, the Yankees made it 3 in a row over the Blue Jays in that series. They left here. I checked it and made 2 in a row.
And the Blue Jays are going to fall 14 back. And Roy Halladay is going to ask J.P. Ricciardi if he wants to reconsider some of those deals.
Carlos 0 for 3.
Gone out deep to center, lined hard to center, and hit into a 5-4-3 double play. Well, when the Blue Jays had 5 starters on the DL when we went in there to play them, and they were playing. They were in first place by 4 games, something like that. You had to figure that something magical was happening on one side of the page, and on the other side of the page, that bubble was going to burst.
Well, especially in that division. I mean, you're in the American League East, and you're going to have to fend off New York, Boston, and Tampa Bay with a decimated starting rotation. Just not going to happen.
And there's ball 4. So here's Chris. Gets 0 for 3 tonight.
And that's going to be it for Carlos. He's going to be taken down. And Dwayne Wise is going to take his place. A lot of Sox fans will forever have that picture of Dwayne Wise going up over that left center field wall and hauling down that shot by Gabe Kapler. And that's where it was.
It will be with me forever. Softly hit. And that'll do it, but the homer by Paul Konerko. We're into the 9th, leading 6-1. First pitch to Vladimir Guerrero. Curveball inside. Vlad 0 for 3 tonight.
Dwayne Wise stays in the game in center field. Seth Posednik shifts over to left field. And now he's going to go do a little house cleaning in left center.
And the 1-0 pitch. Solid single to center by Guerrero.
Well, Vlad's hit the ball awfully hard. This is just his second game back. He had some calf problems, so that's going to be it for him. But in his 4 at-bats, he crushed the ball 3 different times. Reggie Willits is coming on to pinch run. He's another one of a multitude of switch hitters in this ball club.
Here's Rivera. He's 0 for 3. Takes fastball strike. One is popped to short. Reached on an error and fouled out to AJ, who made a good catch over by the Sox dugout.
Matt Thornton throwing in the bullpen. Threw an inning and a third in last night's game. Ozzie would just as soon not go to him if he didn't have to. Gavin's at the 104 pitch mark. And Bobby Jenks, who's had all kinds of problems with kidney stones, not available this evening.
Well, it takes something like that to knock Bobby Jenks down for a little while, as tough as he is. And there's a base hit. So I got a little trouble of brewing here. Runners at the corners, nobody out. And Kendry Morales, who is 0 for 3 at the plate.
Morales, a much better hitter from the left side than the right, and that's one of the reasons why Ozzie is going out. Plus, he loses a step from the right side if he hits a ground ball. So the night is done for Gavin Floyd, who was brilliant tonight.
Beautiful ovation for Floyd as he departs, and we'll be back. After the game, stay tuned for U.S. Cellular White Sox post-game live. You'll see all of Cellular White Sox post-game live immediately following the game right here on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Matt Thornton comes into the game at 6-2, the ERA 2.80, on for the 46th time. He inherits base runners at the corners. Nobody out here in the 9th inning. Sox have a 5-run lead.
Morales pops it up into right field. Willits is tagging. And he's now going to come as they get the ball back into second base. Dino Bell had his arms up. So he'll score, and it's a 6-2 game, 1 down.
RBI number 70 for Kendry Morales. A big year for him.
So that's the first earned run given up by Gavin Floyd in this game. The one back in the first inning was unearned. And here's Ibar.
Takes a strike. Ibar has popped the short. Grounded out to first. An attempted bunt. Konerko made a good play and then hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Foul back.
That was just above your head. I give you credit, though. You went up there even with the short arms. You stood up. Looked like you were in a position. I think fortunately that one would have gone over your head. That came back with a little hair on it.
I just didn't want it to get to her. So 1-2 the count.
In last night's game, Thornton did face Ibar. He was the first guy he faced, and he lined one right at Paul Konerko at first.
On out the 1-2 pitch. And that's a souvenir right side. Matabatacola right there.
Earlier in that Tampa Bay game, I saw Jason Varitek crack his bat in half. Most of the head of the bat was at shortstop, and that ball went off the left field wall in Tampa. Maple bats.
Look tardy on that one. Down past Alfredo Griffith. Alfredo Griffin, good player for a long time. That's up high, 2-2.
One thing about this Angel coaching staff, they have stayed together except for two, and they both left to manage. Buddy Black and Joe Madden. Other than that, it's the same coaching staff under Mike Scioscia.
That's popped up right side. Playable for Paulie. 2 down. So here's Napoli. Pretty good pitch, didn't get it. And the 2-0. Threw that one right by him. He was looking for it, got it, and couldn't do anything with it.
And that's anywhere from 95 to 97. Unless you got it well tuned up, he's going to throw it by a few people.
And again, 96. So 2 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here in the top of the 9th inning. 6-2. Good guys on top. breaking ball hammered foul. Comes on and nails it down for Gavin Floyd as the Sox have taken the first 2 games of this series. They won it 5-4 yesterday. They won it 6-2 today. And Stoney, Gavin Floyd came up huge.
The Sox needed a big and long effort out of Gavin Floyd, and they got both. Enough offense, and Gavin Floyd